Welcome back to Rudniki episode 17. We have a crazy amount of grass here. Oh, that's a different weed right there, ain't it? A crazy amount of grass. We got to get this cut. I said on the previous episode, it's time to buy a lawnmower. It is the day to do it. We could also cut out here a little bit, make it look nice. We're going to have the nicest place on the block, I think. Since we're just going to invest into a mower. Let's take a look at them. We're kind of like leaning towards this one. I think that's what we're going to do. This one is a little more, well, yeah, a lot more expensive. $2,000 more. We can definitely afford that. We got to get the bag with it as well. So it collects it. We'll dump it into the cow pen. What is this one here? This is interesting. Dry alfalfa, I'm guessing. Interesting. Yeah, let's, capacity. We're probably going to want the biggest capacity we can get, 4,000. I'm hoping it doesn't tip back on us. Are those... It doesn't even change the size, does it? Yeah, we're going to do 4,000. So less dumping we have to do, the better. And then, yeah, let's get the lawnmower. The deck, this is only a 1 meter. What do we want for wheel brands? There's a lizard. How does... Oh, those are those... Can't get a flat tire with those. EKT. I think we're going to go with Michelin. Seat model 1 and 2. Extra $100 for a different seat. We'll go with model 1 and then a bumper. That's $150 for a bumper. I think we're good without the bumper. And we could change the color. That's interesting. Do we want a different color? Yellow is interesting. But if with the brand, it's like it really should be the orange, right? Let's just keep it orange, and then the rim, we go with gray or should we go with black? That's jet black. This is the other black. Yeah, let's do that. No license plate. All right, so it's going to cost us, you know, $35.49. So we're really close to about $4,000 for the whole round. Here we are. Let's fire this thing up. Oh yeah. And we'll grab our bag attachment. So I wonder, do we gotta change anything on here? So we got turn on loading wagon. And then we have turn on mower. So we actually have to select the front to do that. And then lower motor V. So let's see how good this actually works. That's got a nice turn on it. Oh, I suppose we can't do this because we don't own the land. Is my guess, I hope. So let's just drive it home. Down the highway. Ooh, she's got some nice speed. 14, 15 miles an hour. It goes faster than our tractor. I was kind of hoping we could help the neighbors out and mow for them a little bit, but I guess we got to do what we got to do. Yeah, this thing hauls. I think we're going to have to put some eye protection on. We'll have to grab a pair of glasses or sunglasses or something. Should have something to help us with the... Don't get anything kicked into our eyes. What do we got? There is no... Yeah, here's some safety goggles. Perfect. That'll work. Alright, let's try this again. Fire her up. Yes. Oh, no, 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 it's jumping on the ground. So, do we have to drop this as well? Is that how that works? So that's got to be... Yeah, it's there it goes. Okay. Kind of goofy, because it's off to the side, and then... See, we missed a spot, but if I back over it... Then it gets sucked back up. Am I missing something? Is that how this works? I think that's how it works. Unfold, maybe? It's not attaching to the bottom down there, it's for sure. Well, I guess that's how it's supposed to work. Kinda goofy. I guess if we have to run back over some of it, we will. It's doing actually a pretty good job, I think. It's going to... Yeah, if you go in reverse, it's not going to work right. That makes sense that it wouldn't work right going in reverse. Maybe that's half the problem when I was backing up. I think with the speed, the turning radius, we should be able to actually hit this pretty good quickly every year. I think we'd only have to do it at most twice a year. But at least it'll look a lot better around here. Oh, it's a lot better already. How are we gonna get up by these chairs and stuff? Just run them over? I think, let me look the weed whacker while we're at it. I don't even know where that's at. I don't think it's in mowers. It's under, it must be under mulchers. Mulcher. And I'm not seeing it. Miscellaneous. Let's check miscellaneous once. There it is. So yeah, bush cutter. Yeah, here's the no drop. So we could... Is this a... We could use that to tidy up against the sheds. We might end up doing that. It's gonna be like a whole landscaping episode, I think. So we've been making a whole lot of progress on our farm, but actually, this is actually gonna go pretty fast. I think this mower is pretty good. Decent working with. It's just trying to, you know, get up against everything. Okay, I'm gonna do a little time lapse here. Let's get this gate shut. We can drive straight. Turn the lights on. Excellent. We will do some mowing here. So I gotta say, as I'm cutting the lawn here, I'm not real impressed with the pickup. It's missing a lot. If somebody in the comments knows if I'm not doing this right, please let me know. But I assume, you know, it's got to be down and doing what we're doing because it's obviously picking some up. It's just not, it's missing like some of it. Then we got to go over it again. It would be nice if I didn't have to worry about it at all and just get it all on the first go. Otherwise we're going over things we already did. I think the neighbors are going to be so jealous of our cut lawn here though. It looks really nice out in front now. Very nice. Look at that. Like, we got the best house in town like this being cut. Let's get a little over on the side here. The roses do get cut as well. I'm trying to keep those, but it is what it is if we do hit them. Yeah, we missed some more there. So we gotta pick that up by running over it again. You think like these two are in a package, you think they would have had the offset to the right more so it would, you know, do it properly. I don't get it. I feel like there should have been some kind of an attachment. I almost should pop on Mod Hub and really look at that again. I'm pretty sure there's nothing we can do. Let's just shut both of these off again and then let's see if there is something to connect somehow. You'd have to be on the bagger, you would think. Just detach it, reattach it. No, nothing's connecting down there. That's really weird. Turn on, lift up, unload. Toggle work mode maybe? Control Y? Let's try that. Okay, that might... There we go! Oh man. I'm so glad I figured that out. Sorry if somebody left a comment already, but we got her figured out. So we should... Does that... Can that stay up in the air then? Or I assume it still has to drop. Well, it's kind of cool that it does do that, because then if you didn't have the bagger on... Let's fire it up again. Yeah, now we can actually get a little more dangerous on where we're at here. And not have to worry about missing anything. That was a big problem. We're gonna have to go get the weed trimmer as well. Tidy up just a little bit in some spots. But I think it'll be totally worth it once we're done. And if we only have to do this once a year, like I said, at most maybe twice. If we're not, you know, too busy with things, we can have at her again. Yeah, I'm glad that I swear it was attached in the Mod Hub, but it was a while ago since I downloaded that, so I didn't quite remember if it was or not. Thank goodness now we don't have to worry about having to drive over stuff we already did. Because that does get a little ridiculous. I don't know if we're going to do too much behind the shed here. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, that we can get this dumped. Probably could have got by with the 3,000 liter unit. Does it destroy the... I guess I got field destruction off, don't I? I wonder if I should turn that back on for realistic sakes. I wanted to put a road here going to that other... So we drive through here anyway. Let's get some dirt road going through here. Very lightly. Oh, I really do like this. Now that we got the bagger working right. Yeah, and we can back up now without problems, right? Yeah. I think. No, it still did it. Oh, we missed some. What happened? It's still not working correctly. Yeah, they should have just offset it to the right if it was going to be a problem. Okay, let's fire her off or turn her down. Okay, let's I wanted to put in a little dirt road here. Like I said, very minimal. Let's see, what's a good texture? There's some rocks in it, or gravel. I want it really like lightly dirt. Pebbles would be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Or so that'd be too much. That's not realistic if we use pebbles. Let's just go with something like, oh, that's animal mud, actually. That's going to be way too... I just wanted dirt. Maybe some really black dirt. Just very lightly, like... in some spots here. Yeah, there's some grass there that we missed. So it's still not working quite right. Unfortunately. Very lightly here. And kind of something like that. I wish I would draw a little bit more here. There we go. Something like that. Like nothing crazy, but... yeah. There we go. As we drive through there all the time anyway. Wow, look at that. Oh, we gotta get this a little bit here. We have a mowed farm. That's so much better. That's way better. Let's go grab that last little bit that I missed. There we go, lower. Is it gonna get it all? No, it's throwing it off to the side still. I don't think I'm doing it wrong. It was the first time. It might have actually been from the field, some of that. Although we didn't have grass over there. Anyway. It is what it is. I guess it's more realistic if we do miss a little bit here and there. Excellent! Job well done. Where are we going to park this? This could probably actually go in this other shed where we had the skid steer parked. Yeah, we can't really get it in the utility shed. We could put it in the barn. Get her open. Yeah, we could just sneak it right in there. Pop her in. Excellent. I love it. That worked really well. So, we need to get that weed trimmer. Miscellaneous. So we got brush cutter, no drop. Oh, that is really ugly, isn't it? I wonder if we're missing textures or if they're just design. Guard. We want the guard. So we should, the shaft should be black. Yep, and then we'll do the blade. Let's do that in orange. The guard, probably like a black as well. The tank. It's an ugly weed trimmer, ain't it? Maybe like a gray or something. Something like that, maybe. And then the arm, I think, should be black as well. There we go. That looks a little more realistic. So we will purchase that. 120 bucks. So I assume it works like a vehicle? Yes, it does. You just tab to her. We got to start the engine. What do we have for options? Turn on more. With B. So this is going to be... I wish it was like a hand tool. Because that way we could you know, get in a car, but this is basically a vehicle. We gotta walk it down there. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a jog. Yeah, you can't lift it up either. I was thinking, oh yeah, we can. So we could have just threw it in the back of our pickup truck, but I'm already here. Let's just run down there. Okay, we'll get along the fence here. Back into first person. See how good this works. Working pretty good. Controls are a little goofy. Might be better in third person because we're getting hung up here too. It's just, that is goofy. It's trying to get some of this. That's when you'd want to use this too, is when you're against the fence. Otherwise, there's no point of it. We'd use the mower. It would help if the radius was a little bit bigger, I think, in this. If they had working with on here, it'd be a little bit better. Yeah, it's really tough to get against the fence. We might just have to leave that. Gotta go like straight at it, which is not how you would do the job. A lot of work to make our area look nice. But we're gonna have the nicest place in town, I think. No one's ever heard of a lawnmower in this city. Let's try to leave the roses. There we go. Along the fence. Nice. That's a lot better. Do we dare go in front back here? Should we? Probably should. I don't know if it's something... Ooh, we got flowers over here. I don't know if it's something we'll do all the time when we cut grass, but... for the sake of making it look nice, maybe we should. Alright, just the last little bit here. We'll get around the water area. Obviously, we are not going to get every little spot. But I think we did a pretty fabulous job for what we did. Definitely more inviting. Getting rid of all that. It's kind of addictive after you start mowing. It's like, wow, this looks nice. Let's keep going. Let's cut this over here. Let's do that. Shut her down. Yeah, so... wow. That's a night and day difference. So where are we going to put the weed trimmer? Let's, we really should put it over on this side. I'll probably eventually put the lawnmower over here too. Let's drop it down. I think in here, like our lawnmower's got to go in here, I think, and then we might have to put the skid steer somewhere else. I mean, it just belongs having our mower over here. It's like our, kind of our utility shed. This actually, the skid steer could actually stay outside since it's summer. We'll just park it here, I guess. And then, that could probably actually end up going in the barn down there. I don't know if we wanted to move the buckets down there too or something, but... Yeah, let's just drop this back here. Shut it off, drop it. I wonder what this is for. This looks like an interaction marker, does it not? It says turn off the light. Oh, so you can shut the light off. And then, well, we'll put the mower over here sometime, I guess. Not that big of a deal. There was a little bit to dump, but it was like 3,000 liters, if that. So, I mean, it's really not going to, like, add a whole lot more. Okay, so what I think we're going to do... Let's just take a quick flyover while we did all that work. We did do it out here, we could have. That is very nice. Look at that. We got the best lawn on the block. I bet you this person's mad we didn't cut their lawn. Even our back alley here is nice. We might end up dumping some gravel down here at some point. Make it a little less... Yeah, looking pretty good. Definitely happy with that. We could have probably weed whacked back here, but... Yeah. We got the area that matters right in front, so it does feel a little bit better on our farm for all that hard work. Yeah, so I think next month, July, August, should be ready to go. Yeah, be 6 out of 6. Let's take a nap, and then we'll get on that harvest. So we can at least get some other productive stuff done in this episode, instead of making stuff look nice. Alright, nap time. There we go, August. Grass is already starting to grow again, but it does... I'm fine with that. I mean, that looks decent. You know, you kind of want it, that little rundown look. But it got just way too ridiculous with how long that other stuff got. So yes, it looks like barley is ready. What is the... Yeah, 66% yield. How does our mustard look? There's one more growth stage on this. There's a couple different textures here, so I wonder... That's not... Yeah, that's not weeds, that's still part of the crop. Interesting. Alright, so let's fire up the combine. And what we're gonna have to do, since we got bales on our trailer, we're going to have to dump this in the silo. So we gotta keep an eye on our fill level, and then we'll have to stop and just drive over here and unload it as needed. Do we have the swath drop off? Where's that on? Off right now. Let's see here. What do we got for our setup? We should probably do 2 headlands. Let's do that. And then we will turn the swath drop on. So we need more bales. And that should do it. That tree shouldn't be in the way, I don't think. Good. Yeah, I do kind of want to keep those trees there because it does give it a little personality. But I mean, really, if we wanted to start going crazy, we could cut those trees and combine the fields, but... Maybe in the future, maybe. But for now, we need the different types of fields that we can get. We've only got 3 of them, so...
Time rolls on like a river wide, fields of gold on the other side. Plant the dream, watch it grow. One small step, one long road. Rain taps soft on the old tin roof. Dreams grow wild every stone leaves a trace behind.
Alright, we'll disable the swath drop. We just got a couple things to trim up. And we're not going to get much anyway, so we might as well turn it off. That way we don't have to pick up too much straggly items with the baler. But we did get most of it in some nice straight rows. Just fantastic. I missed a spot there. We got it all on one load. Didn't have to run over the silo at all. Yeah, I don't know if we dare want to get the chainsaw and clean it up around here a little bit maybe, but it would lose the look, I feel like, if we do that. I'm not too worried about it, unless it's giving us problems. Yeah, 93%. All done. Sneak through here. Probably go ahead and get started on the baling as well, since we do have time. Let's go ahead and get this dropped. There we go. And I believe if we shoot for this gravel pile with the chute, it should unload. That was giving us so many problems before. Kind of hard to see it in first person, but we'll try. Look at that. Perfect. We'll take a look at our total here. In you go. So yeah, so the barley is 3,635. So we got a total of 4,416. I think that might actually get us through next year. Yeah, so 3,000. That actually probably will get us through at least a whole year, if not more. I mean, 3,000 liters monthly, or excuse me, 300 liters monthly. This will get us through 5,000, what we already have in the pen. Nice. I am liking how we're getting set up here. This is some nice planning and everything's working out. Let's get this blower out of here. We are good for this for the year. Parker. Oh, there is mirrors over there. You can't really see it though. It's way down there. I didn't even realize that. I can't see anything out of that. It was worth a shot though. And we could definitely get started on the baling. Because I think what we're going to do for our other crop, if we take a look at the calendar, something that we can plant late here, and I think one of the newer crops, this I have, is this like sunflowers though? That must be a grass crop too though, because the way I look at that, because the planting season is so long, I assume it is like a grass, just like mustard was. So we should probably shoot for, you know, there's spelt here. We could do spelt, we could do Trachele, vetch rye, which actually vetch rye is going to be ready to plant next month. We should probably do like that. And I'm kind of wondering if that could also be used for chicken feed as well. It might be worth a shot to see if it actually goes in there. But at some point we kind of, you know, it'd be nice to get some crop to sell for money, because we need to start making some money here. I suppose once the cow pen gets filled up with grass, a lot of those bales we'll be able to sell. Let's take off the seeder here. We got to get the baler. And then on the next episode, we'll be able to just get them picked up. Let's actually take the road this time. And then we can start from the far end. It's probably the way we should have been doing it. Even with the cutting, we should have drove down through our field road here. Got on the road. And it just started fresh. Our rows probably wouldn't be as messy if we did that, but yeah, this is how you want to do it, like right here. If we could, I should have turned sooner. could have actually... I should have grabbed the end row here since we were already lined up for it, but... Oh well. Down we go. Yeah, so I think this one, if we aim... the tire, like... right there, then it works out pretty well. Yeah, that twine's still not being used up at our baler, so that's another... you know, gameplay aspect I would have liked to have to buy twine. But that's bugged out. It hasn't been using any twine. We made plenty of bales that should have gone down, and it has not. But easy come, easy go, I guess. And just get her swung in here. I guess what we don't have to do, you know, what we don't get, we could easily get with the subsoiler, but we do want to get some bales. Make some money off of those. I didn't reset the bale counter, so I can't tell you how many bales we got. But we got it all done. So yeah, let's unload. Actually, let's back up first and then we'll unload. I've been running over bales left and right. But what do you do? There we go. And then there we go, fold her up. Perfect. Alright. I'm gonna run this back to the shed. And then on the next episode, I guess what we'll do is we'll hook up the trailer. And then we'll get those picked up, and then they'll be sitting there till we're ready to sell them, I guess. And then we get to see what this mustard's all about, because this is one step away here. Yeah, 3 out of 4. I'm assuming it works like grass. We'll probably have to take the sickle and then get her baled up, I suppose. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.